learning resources at your fingertips. Everything in focus, all in one place. Search for China Plus in the App Store or Google Play.
Examining the events that impact and shape China and the rest of the world. This is the Beijing Hour, 1 hour of news and information brought to you by China Radio International.
Shane Diggum with you on this Monday morning. Still to come in business, BMW's premium ride-hailing service is launched in Sichuan province. In sports, the USA dominates in the final day of the 2018 World Swimming Championships in Hangzhou. In entertainment, the first Hainan International Film Festival has come to a close. Get in touch with us by email, beijinghour@cri.com.cn. Download the China Plus app or visit chinaplus.cri.cn for the latest news and information from China Radio International. Now the day's headline news. A conference will be held on Tuesday morning to celebrate the 40th anniversary of China's reform and opening up. President Xi Jinping is due to deliver a speech at the conference, which will take place at the Great Hall of the People. The event will be broadcast live by the China Media Group and on the Xinhua News Agency website. China and Laos have agreed to, pledged to further strengthen cooperation and exchanges. The pledge followed a meeting between Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi and Laotian President Bunyang Vorachit in Vientiane. The Lao leader said that he is willing to attend the Second Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation to be held in China next year. He also said that Lao side highly values the building of the China-Lao Railway, and more Chinese enterprises are welcome to invest in Laos. Wang Yi called on both sides to reach an agreement on a cooperation plan for the China-Lao Economic Corridor at an early date. Wang Yi will also attend this year's Lansing-Mekong Cooperation Foreign Ministers meeting, scheduled for later today in the Lao capital. Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir has paid an official working visit to Syria. This made him the first Arab leader to do so since the Syrian crisis erupted in 2011. During his time in Damascus, al-Bashir expressed full support for the territorial integrity and unity of Syria. Most Arab countries have cut or downgraded their diplomatic relations with Syria over the years. But it's reported some of them have requested the resumption of ties with Damascus following the victories of the Syrian government army this year. Negotiators from nearly 200 countries have agreed on a common rulebook for the landmark 2015 Paris Agreement on climate change. The deal was struck after the 24th conference of the parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change stretched beyond official closing time this past weekend in the southern Polish city of Katowice. The UN Climate Accord comes as the latest reports show climate challenges remain undeterred, with global carbon emissions set to hit an all-time high this year. COP24 is considered the most important meeting since the 2015 Paris Agreement. They set a goal of keeping global warming below 2 degrees Celsius compared to pre-industrial levels, while pursuing an even tougher goal of a 1.5 degrees rise or less. Adopting the guidelines is crucial for putting the Paris deal into practice, as they provide clarity and enable and encourage climate actions at all levels worldwide to tackle the pressing challenge. Turning to business news now, we'll start by taking a look at what to expect from global markets this week. Investors are watching closely the upcoming meeting of Federal Reserve policymakers, hoping to get some cheer as Christmas draws near. Rising fears over global growth continue to weigh on the market. U.S. stocks are having their worst December in 16 years. The Dow Jones slid 2%, dropping nearly 500 points on Friday, meeting a widely used definition of a market correction. Join the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, which were already in correction mode. This week, a series of data will be released, including existing home sales figures, November durable goods figures, and data on November personal income and spending. Boeing opened its first 737 completion plant in China. It's deemed as a strategic investment aimed at building a sales lead over Airbus in one of the world's top travel markets. Boeing President and CEO Kevin McAllister highlights the importance of the Chinese market.
Clearly, China has and will continue to play a key in Boeing's success. We share a long, successful history of cooperation and strong partnerships together, and we look forward to this continuing partnership for many years to come.
The world's largest plane maker also delivered the first of its top-selling 737s completed at the facility in Zhoushan. about 290 kilometers southeast of Shanghai, to state carrier Air China during a ceremony with top executives from both companies. The executives, alongside representatives from China's aviation regulator, unveiled the plane at an event attended by hundreds of people. Vice President Zhao Yuerong of Commercial Aircraft Corporation of China said the Chinese market will continue to open and offer more opportunities for businesses.
改革开放40年，
Reform and openness has been on the rise for 40 years. China has been the second largest civil aircraft market in the world. China has a big appetite for aircraft. The next 20 years is an important period of strategy and opportunity for the aviation industry. We, as well as Boeing Company, will focus on providing a safer, more economic, more environmental, more comfortable transportation for the aviation market and human beings.
Boeing and Airbus have been expanding their footprints in China as they vie for orders in this fast-growing aviation market, which is expected to overtake the United States as the world's largest in the next decade. Chicago-based Boeing said it delivered more than 1 out of every 4 jetliners it made last year to customers in China, where it forecasts demand for 7,700 new airplanes over the next 2 decades, valued at $1.2 trillion US. BMW's launched a ride-hailing service in Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province.